Hello and welcome to episode 409 of 10 o'clock. I am MDRLOz and this is Xeno, and we're going to sit here as we normally do and mumble along about Warframe. Now, again, just to let people know, for the month of September, Drew is very busy and he is needed everywhere, so he has much of the movings in different directions. So we don't have guests for this month. They'll be returning probably next month. Probably hasn't sorted them out yet, but they'll be coming soon. And my ankle's a bit off still. Well, my leg is actually now. It seems to have stiffed up. So no, I can't stand up to do my usual bit with the cameras. So I'm sure that'll return hopefully next week. But anyway, we are still here. Warframe continues no matter what you are doing. And so we shall continue on, as we always do, as we shall start with the emblems.
There we go.
Ooh. Ooh.
I have no idea how mine got through, like, the DE process.
Oh, you have something,
but it
right.
did.
I'm sorry, I've got a note here from a message from Blizzard Entertainment. I have to censor your image and replace it with another one.
Honestly, I was just like, what? Okay, D. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to say no.
Well, I love how both of our images, it's just like you got...
Between boob.
Much of the booba, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well... Which one wins? I think yours does. Yours is... I like the art.
I'm going to say mine does, mostly because it's just so risky that it got through.
Risque.
Yeah. You know, it's just like...
Yeah, no, I do like mine. It is quite interesting, and I love the theme of mine. Got some Tenno scripts in there, and it's like Lotus is Justice. But the quality of yours is really nice. I do love a one like yours, where obviously it probably is going to like the very borders of the available area, but it's carefully done, so it doesn't ever actually feel like it's trapped in a box.
I will say the only time it's trapped in the box is actually at the legs, which my name is.
Oh yeah, the legs is fine. Like one direction's fine because you can't fit a full person there, but it's just the one bit, and the rest feels free and open.
Yeah.
It's when you get like cut-offs on the sides. I mean, obviously, you can the legs, but
I mean, this is also kind of like a little bit of a tease to what's to come in the next Campai cast coming out later this week on Friday.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, there we go. But if you wish to win 75 Platinum for your platform of choice, go in the description below where you'll find this week's polls. In this week's polls, there'll be these emblems, unless Google has decided to actually censor them for us, or Blizzard has had their ways. Simply fill in the form. You don't have to fill in all the questions, and you'll enter automatically for a chance to win 75 Platinum for your platform of choice. Please make sure you get your in-game name correct, because if it's wrong, that Platinum is lost to everyone on that platform. That's it for that. Should we put the emblems away?
Yes, that has happened before, people. Platinum.
It's happened a number of times.
Platinum has been lost to the void, It doesn't come back. Yeah. It just gets chucked into the void, Yeah. Like down a well.
So... moving on to Dojo Dusting, as I quickly get the time. Unfortunately, there was a delay in the Nidus Prime access giveaway. I don't know if anyone actually mentioned it in the comments. No one messaged me on Twitter saying like,
"No,
hey, where's your Nidus Prime access giveaway?"
No, I didn't see anyone mention it, but yeah.
So, but yes, that is currently up right now. So make sure you go over to my Twitter, twitter.com/Xeno. Make sure that you pronounce that. So I spell that phonetically because God knows how you can spell it otherwise.
I love recording this with you saying it's up, though I know it isn't up when we record this. You're just saying this so that when it's
Shut up!
Because he totally forgot last week.
It's been a busy week!
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh my God, calling me out like that. Jeez, right. So yeah, go to twitter.com/Xeno. It's the pinned tweet at the top, which will feature Nidus Prime doing his like wobbly stuff from the Warframe page. Anyway, right.
I assume there's a link in the description below. But while you're down there applying for free Platinum, why not also go visit Xeno's Twitter and try to win free Prime access?
Yep. What else is there? I think that's it for Dojo Dusting.
Okay.
Make sure you check out Campai Cast.
Yes, link in the description.
Yeah. So we are making some lovely progress, and it's actually really interesting seeing the analytics comparing 10 o'clock to Campicast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like there are more people. So you see things like, oh, what's the name of the damn thing? Corridor Digital, where 50% of you aren't actually subscribed, or 60% of you aren't actually. With 10 o'clock, it's like 10% of you aren't subscribed. Yeah. But with Campicast, we are actually starting to see that like 50-60% aren't subscribed. So yeah, maybe share Campicast with your friends. I'm not pimping it for no reason. I'm enjoying doing it. Anyway, so let's move on to the war report.
I still don't have a theme tune. Maybe that'll be the joke. I don't have a theme tune. So the only thing I've got for this week for the war report, because we're in a bit of lull still, is that they have added to the Twitch Prime attachment giveaway majiggers. There is now the Verve Ephemera, which looks pretty sweet. I think I have it, but I didn't try it out. But it does look pretty cool. If you go to Twitch and sign up for Twitch Prime and then link your Warframe account, there'll be information on the Warframe website if you want to check it, and you can get a whole range of stuff now, including an ephemera. I didn't actually remember there being an ephemera in there originally, but okay, there's an ephemera now. It's really cool. Yep, that's all there is at the moment. Sorry, it's a bit of a quiet time. I assume we'll have a dev stream next week.
Oh God, potentially.
This week for when people are hearing this.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I wonder if they will. Yeah. I genuinely wonder if they will.
Last Friday of the month. It's a bit of a weird month, but oh well. Maybe I'll save it to the first Friday of October, seeing as it's the 1st of October. Who knows? Well, that's it for that. So let's move on. What is the topics for this week, Xeno?
Right. Okay. So, as I quickly write down the time, so our first topic is.
I'm surprised you haven't automated like a cool system.
Okay.
But you just tap a button.
As soon as Campicast is working flawlessly and we're nearly there, right? I will redo all of 10 o'clock to give you your cool shenanigans where I can press buttons and stuff.
Well, right? I just thought you would just have a 2-button system that when I start recording, you push a button, and then you have a second button that you just push, and it just writes down timestamps every time you push it.
How am I going to push a button?
No, so well, on your computer. You got a computer.
But, like I don't know when you start recording.
But you can see. I mean, yes, you do.
No, there's a delay. There is a delay.
Well, but it would be right. It would be just about right. It would be within a second or two.
Are we gonna do the topics?
Right, yeah, okay. Well, fine.
Okay, fine. Right. So topic number 1. Anyone else a bit fed up with Plaguestar's stinginess? And topic: farming for your last lich weapon is absolute horror. Right. So topic 1. I need to quickly write down the time. Right, anyone else a bit fed up with Plaguestar's stinginess? People are super stingy on contributing catalysts and pyraxis. Pylaxis? I thought it was whatever. Into the mixer. Pylaxis.
Yeah, it's phosphorus.
Phylax. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, some people don't have access to the catalysts and phylaxis, as well as new players don't know about them. Just to be clear about this, I have no issue with this at all. Never realized people were so stingy they can't even bring themselves to contribute even a little. We are all new at some point. Hell, I've been playing for ages and I still don't know how capturing animals in the Orvalis works, lol. Wait,
I love that there's just no emotion in how the Orvalis works, lol. Lol. I will say lol.
Lol. I only refer to the people who have been around for multiple Plaguestars and know what it entails, but still refuse to contribute. I'm not saying I can't talk to this, but I can't talk to this recently. I literally still have yet to pick up Warframe again since the patch went live. I haven't. I've I've been really busy. I've also picked up Final Fantasy 14 again, trying to find time to play that. So it's I honestly I've got no impetus to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're not
Oh,
looking to get anything out of it, then literally just the Ghoulsaur, which, spoiler for after reading the comments, everyone seems to hate. I love absolutely. I think it's great. You can see in the footage is a lot of it is me just testing it out and just doing a few Nightwave intermissions with it. I love it. I think it's great. People who are whinging, can I just put that out at one point? I was thinking, people who are whinging that it's not the best weapon right now and it doesn't dominate in Steel Path. Yeah. Otherwise, what do you think the Wraith version's gonna do? Because if they made this one really good, they'd have to make it even better, wouldn't they? Or they'd have to do stupid things like the side grades, like the bloody Opticore Vandal. So if this one's a bit lacking, they can put out a Wraith one that's really hard to get and is really good. But if this one's super good, that's all you're getting. So, yeah.
yeah.
But no, the stance is great. I just love it. I just think it's amazing. I absolutely love it. I think it's the best weapon, the best addition to Warframe in quite a while. A bit small addition to Warframe in quite a while. Yeah. But as for Plague Star, so I know you haven't done any of Plague Star, but as for the stinginess, so I have done a bit because obviously I had to farm for mine, but I did have a bit of rep left over from last time. The first one I did, I do remember other people just loaded up the catalysts and the phylaxis right away. I completely forgot about them my first run. Then I went and got some, crafted a few, made sure I had topped up. Then I had some runs where people would beat me to the terminal, and some runs where I went to the terminal. I did do it on, I think it was the second day, so I'm not sure if maybe there was just some people who were desperate to get their points, and so they weren't being stingy, and that now, as time has gone by, and the people who are, I want all my runs to definitely give me maximum points, have trailed off, and now there's just a big pile of leeches. I don't know.
Well, what does it take to actually make the catalysts and the phylaxis?
Now you're pushing me. Let me have a look. Warframe.
Well, I mean, have you made any recently?
I did. I don't remember it being much, but it was.
I mean, surely it's gonna have. Oh yeah, you need this resource from the event in order to actually make it.
No, I don't think it's quite like that. Let me just check. I've got the catalyst.
Yeah.
In fact, it's consumable gear. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you get it from required research from the Clan Dojo's Biolab research. To research it, the base cost is some neurodes, some ferrites, some nanospores, and some plastids.
Not worried about researching it.
And the manufacturing is some plastids, some ferrite, and some nanospores.
Wow, so it's really nothing.
Yes, but then that gets combined with the Eidolon Phylaxis, which you do get the recipe from Nanak, which just costs 2,000 rep, and you use some Iridite, some Grok Drool, and some Nissel Pods.
So some really common stuff that appears on the planes.
Yeah, it's probably the three most common things. You have to mine the Iridite, but the other two are just
no. Iridite's I swear Iridite's the stuff. Sorry, some of the stuff that just drops from like the weird pod stuff. You know, there's like explodable things like out in the plains. I swear it's
Iridite is a resource found on the lower elevated areas of Earth, which includes blah, blah, blah. They appear in deposits that can be mined with the tax. With the amount of Iridite being tied to the area's max. So it is one of the ones that just drops. I thought that was the Grok. Oh, but the Grok Drool's the Grenier one you find in the Grenier stuff, don't you?
Yeah, in the Grenier canisters.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's just the stuff you just find on the plains, so you could get that easily. In fact, I wonder if you get even more for just setting it to Steel Path. Because that ups the level even further, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Interesting. I wonder.
Yeah, I mean, even the wiki does say, with the amount of Iridite being tied to the area's levels range. There you go. Beginning a level 40 to 60 bouncer will cause deposits yield 3 to 5 Iridite. Because the amount of gain scales based on Steel Path, instances will leave approximately 5 per node. Maybe. Might increase the average, but that seems to be the same. But either way, yeah, you just Steel Path, highest level, there you go. Yeah. But it's not hard stuff to find, and it's not event. Unlike the Razorback stuff, where you need to get something during the event.
Oh, God, yeah, you have to do... Arc-wing missions, don't you? That's gonna have to change with the
I think
removal of
I think they've
Arc-wing.
already changed that. You just have to do missions on a certain planet where the attack is, or something. I can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure it's not as bad as that anymore. But either way, we're talking about the Plague Star and Plague Star. These aren't hard. These aren't
I
the.
think part of the problem is there is no impetus to do Plague Star once you've got the new stuff, which I don't know if it goes beyond just the ghouls or Saw. God damn, I still keep doing that. I don't know if there's more.
Oh,
What?
Zor. You just keep saying Zor, so I'm just going to say Zor very
Yeah,
loud.
yeah. Anyway, so I don't know if there's anything in addition to the ghoul Saw.
I don't think anything new was added, but you've still got. I
It was
mean,
just the weapon.
anyone who didn't get any of this, there's that. You've got the Mercray livers, Norg brains, Kothal tendrils, but then they're not as bad to get, seeing as you can attack the tusks now. You know, they just drop stuff.
Do you consider that this event hasn't happened for like over a year?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if the new players that have picked up the game since let's say for sake of argument they picked it up during the Corpus Railjack release. Again, they would have had plenty of time to do this open world stuff. Fighting thumpers and things, so they don't have to deal with the plate. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's.
There's other stuff though. You got formers. That's what most people do it for. Former.
I mean,
Snipetron Blueprint, Ether Daggers, Exodia Contagion and Exodia Epidemic Arcanes, and then there is the 4 Plague Zor components, but I think you can get those on.
No, I don't think you can.
Oh, you can get them during Knights of Nabris.
Which is going to be soon anyway.
Yeah.
So
but still, those, so people hadn't been able to obtain those. So yeah.
I can understand where this guy is coming from, or this player is coming from, but is it really the end of the world? I mean,
no. People being stingy. No.
No, I mean, not only that, but this is super old content. If you want to make sure that you get the maximum rewards out of it, I mean, from the sounds of it, it doesn't take a lot to make the 4 Catalyst and Phylaxis. Yeah. So why not just do it yourself? Or is it just the frustration of, well, I'm always the one doing it, no one else is doing it? I mean, that this is always going to happen.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. But then they are at least investigating the reason why, because they could be thinking, okay, I'm in this event. For the last 3 runs, I've had to pump 8 of the items in myself. No one else is. It's been the same group 2 runs. And then thinking, is it because they don't know? Because there's nothing to prompt you. It literally just says on the left, add these things in. You go up to the terminal, and that's what I remember from doing it last week. You have to go into your gear window and find it. You don't just go up to the terminal and push E to inject. You have to go up to the terminal, get your gear window out, find the item, use, find the item, use, find the item, use, find the item, use, and then repeat.
I mean, the big thing for me is if you're told to use this item, well, does the game do a good enough job at telling you that this item exists?
No, it doesn't.
So it's.
But then it's also, in some ways, supposed to be a bit of a secret, isn't it? Why? I remember I made this joke somewhere. I think it was on the Warframe forums. I remember back in the days that games used to have secrets, but now we see any time a game doesn't deliver the entire wiki page into our minds straight away, we see it as a flaw of game design or a flaw of information pass. So when Plague Star first came out, you were like, oh, let's just do Plague Star. Oh yeah, it's really cool. It's like, why halfway through does it ask for these things? What are these things? And then you go, oh, the vendor has one of them. I wonder if we can find the other one. Oh, the research lab has the other. Oh, I wonder what happens if we build them and use them. So the game shouldn't always have to be like, inject stuff now if you want more bosses and points. You know,
Can you just imagine the old like Sega Mega Drive games, and they just start telling you how to actually put the cheats in, and it's just like press up, down, left, right, A, and start at the same time, and you can get access to the level selector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke. I think it's about, oh god, Mega Man X or something, or X2 or something, where every 10 seconds, first goes Mega Man, Mega Man. Those are called. I swear you must have seen this. You like the Game Grumps, don't you? Have you seen Ego Raptor's Sequelitis?
Yeah.
Mega Man, there's a bad guy. Mega Man, there's a hole to fall in. It's like, shut up, just stop it. You know, so it becomes hand holding. So I don't think it's bad that some new players won't have been told about these things, and maybe they have to learn about it. But the only way to make them learn about it is to just not put it in. If you really want to teach them, why not tell them? Why not talk to them? It doesn't seem like this person has. If you're sick of using it because you've been farming them and you've been using up all your stuff, and then you expect, right, other people now have to, I'm owed other people using theirs, and it's just a public group. Sorry, you're not really owed anything. So yeah, if you want to ensure your points, yeah, maybe you have to be the one who contributes more. You bear the burden, but that's what you have to do if you want to make sure you've got maximum points each time.
Yeah. There was I'm trying to think of a phrase like not an analogy. I can't remember what are they called? A saying like, you know, teach a man to fish. It's like give a man a fish, he can feed himself for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he can feed himself for life. I can't remember.
I think I've lost you. My connection looks fine. I'm all green. You are the robo. I'm gonna pause. And we're back.
Sorry, weird technical issues. I didn't know what was happening there. Basically what I was saying is, I can't remember what those kinds of phrases are called, but it's like a teaching moment. And I think a pertinent one to the situation is, if you want a job done right, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to make sure that, you know, this is completed, you've got to, you know, if there's any catalysts and flaxus shoved into the goober for, oh, what's the name of the boil, you know, you've got to do it yourself.
Yep.
Right. I can't think of much else to add to this, so do you want to go to the replies?
Yeah, sure. Even worse when they're master rank 20 plus. Can't have anything in Cetus. Eh?
Sorry, what?
Even worse when they are mastery rank 20 plus. Can't have anything in Cetus.
Sorry, is that the actual?
I don't know.
I'm going to go look.
You're going to.
I need to look.
To look we go. To look we go.
Plus.
Well, while Xeno's having a look for that, I'm going to say about how awesome the Ghoul Saw is, because I think it's amazing. I'm using it here in the footage, I'm just watching myself. The thing is, I get bloody pulled over by this bloody ancient so many times, it's ridiculous. But to me, because this way everyone can have something to moan about to me in the comments, who are like, I hate the Ghoul Saw. I'm like, no, this is amazing. This is my favourite weapon. It actually feels like an addition to the game that is different, unique, and gives a niche. It has, I know you can't ride on it forever. I do feel I'd like a mod that increases that or lets me toggle that, maybe based on combo length or something else, or how much I tap or something, just to extend it a bit more. But I like that, so it's, let alone, that is a good first thing. Then the smash at the end. Now, one thing I love about that smash at the end is you have full control over it. I'm doing it a few times here. I think I've stopped now. You can, it is quite slow, but you can follow an enemy while mid-air and hit that slam where you want it. You have full control over this melee weapon. It's not just do a combo and let you go. Then there's you're walking forward with it, and you can just you can just keep attacking. It's like, yeah, I'm going to hold this up and just run with it. No other melee weapon stops, can just let me move at normal speed while attacking like that. I'm not running, yeah, but at least I'm just moving and attacking in a really good way. Then you got spin attack, which is basic. What was the other point? Oh yeah, the swinging. Oh, I love that. It feels like an AOE that spins around you. It's just, it's the first weapon in ages where I feel like the combos do, apart from just the basic combo where you're not moving, that all the combos have a different purpose that I will use in different scenarios. Most of the time, you give me a combo sheet for a weapon, I'm like, yes, this is the combo that looks good, and this is the one for dealing with I don't know. Whereas this one, every combo, apart from just the basic tapping 3 without moving, it's just, I feel like has a purpose and actually contributes to the weapon. I think it's great. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. Yeah, you're not going to do Steel Path with it. Whoop-de-doo, cry me a heartbeat. Cry me a heartbeat? It's got to fit into the game, and sometimes you have to put things in that aren't going to be at the cutting edge, but that's all people look at now. Oh, what do you mean I can't solo Steel Path with it? Oh, waste of time. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's just a bit of fun. Instead of meta all the time. Good on my meta. Sorry, I'm being mean now. Yep, right, you back?
Doom Eternal. Anyway, yeah, no, I've been back for a little while. I
was just killing Infested in the footage for ages. It's totally Doom weapon. I love it.
Yeah. But it's verbatim. The comment here is absolutely verbatim. I did see that there are a few others saying that there are MR20 plus that are just leeching, but I mean,
fair enough. Huh, weird.
Yeah.
Right, the next one is I don't build the full access or the catalyst since I either forget to equip it or just don't feel like fighting a hemocyte. If my teammates do it, I won't stop them from dumping 4 of each since that's them choosing to.
So this player may actually be actively trying to do just one hemocyte and get out.
If you're going to do that, then I would say put it on solo, put it on a group. It feels so weird to do that. I don't want to put it into intention, but why would you want to do just one hemocyte and get out? There's no reason to do that. Unless you're maybe farming the mods, but I'm...
Well, who knows what the incentive is.
No, but yeah, there's no... I do not see an incentive for doing that at all, because most of the rewards are from the rep, which you'll get more from killing more hemocytes. And the hemocyte, the mod set, which you might be trying to farm, drops per hemocyte. So more hemocytes means more reasons to farm. There's no reason. It is completely inefficient to not put the stuff in. Unless you're just like, I just love doing this. And I'm lazy.
The only reason I can think of is that it's more flexible to, you could pick up and go better by only doing one.
But the time of finishing, because you haven't done it in a while, I don't think you remember how much time you lose doing the pre-steps.
No, I do remember that, but I know that when it first came out, there was an easier way to cheese it, and then the second time it came out, there was a new cheese, but they nerfed it. I think there was a third cheese this time around, but then they nerfed that. I don't know how long it takes to actually kill.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about the hemocytes at all. I'm talking about the other stuff.
I'm
you've got the first bit, you've got to go into one bloody cave, then you have to go somewhere else, you have to defend the thing, then you have to go find the drone, and following that drone takes forever. So the amount of time it takes to go do those extra steps, there is no reason to be like, oh yeah, but I only want to do one hemocyte now. It's like, no, you've done the bulk of the time.
It might be down to the fact that someone says, oh, well, I've only got 15 minutes to do this in, so I'll just do one. As opposed to the, I guess, 45 minutes to do all
but
4.
That's not. But this person's not. That's not the attitude this person has. They're like, oh, if people put 4 in, I don't mind. They're not saying, oh yeah, I'm short on time, so I'm doing 1. They literally say, if my teammates do it, I won't stop them. It's literally this is the attitude of the leech. This is just I'm just running this for points and just doing it.
Okay. Yeah, you got a fair point.
If you're just like doing this half-heartedly while watching something on the screen, just doing the bare minimum and just joining groups and doing it, that would be the attitude to take. The next one. Add a small, non-stacking personal standing bonus, only one bonus per round, for contributing a phylaxis/catalyst.
No.
See, it's a tricky thing to do. What they could do is they could change it to how they did the... Oh, I can't even remember what it was called. What was the event when Oberon came out called?
Oh, I know the one you're talking about.
On Earth.
Yeah, I can't remember.
So that was one where you had to... Each person had to bring a toxin and inject it. And then it bugged out and... we won't get to
One
that, but...
person could do it multiple times.
Yes, but then they had to... Oh, I don't even... It was a whole thing. But either way, if you make it that each person has to bring at least one kind of thing to get one of these bonus points, then you'll get a lot of missions where people... It'll force people to put the missions together themselves and say, okay, everyone must bring a phylaxis, and it just slows things down. If you come into a group, everyone says they have it, and 3 people get that far, inject their stuff, and the 4th person's like, oh, what? Like, did you have this thing? You got to inject it. I don't know what you're talking about. And they're just trying to leech. So it's the lesser of two evils. Just let the leechers get fed by the people who are just trying to get maximum points.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I can think of that would be an alternative benefit is, and this will get the leechers to do the thing, is if you don't, okay, so when you turn up, you have an option to drop one catalyst and phylaxis, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's an individual thing. And if you do, and there are 4 people, you get the full gamut of rewards. However, if you don't, you only get 1 reward. But everyone, so the people that do still get the full gamut of rewards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do.
It's very arm twisting. It's very arm twisting to
that it would just bug out. Because I think that's why they've gone for this system. Because that's exactly what happened with the Earth thing, is that it was supposed to be that everyone brings a thing to get them more points, and then they figured out a way where one person could input the amount for 4 people, and then everyone could do that 4 times. So then they released a special potion thing, a new pot that was the equivalent of 4.
all 4.
But then people just cheesed it somehow, and then it was 4 people submitting 4 versions of 4 poisons, which were worth 4 people each.
Yeah,
It was just ridiculous. It was just such a fudge. So yeah, I don't know. I just think it's fine. It may be annoying, but some groups you're gonna get the points. Some you won't. Yeah, you might have to want to do farming. That's just how it is. If you want to get maximum points, you do the extra work. You are a better individual for shouldering the burden. Let's say that's all I can say. That's how life is.
Should we go to the next one?
Yeah. That's not what I was going to say. Yeah. How life is. Sometimes, the hard-working people just have to shoulder for the dross, shall we say? Yeah. I'm sure you can attest to that.
Yep.
Right, moving on. I'm being held back by my inactive Storm clan researching requirements for the infested catalyst. Right now, we're only 2 members, coughing up the remaining 20,000 plasted. My friend gave all our plastids, totaling 60,000. You can shrink clans down.
Not if they're not the leader. Not if they've not been given permission to do that. I think only the leader can do that.
Find a better clan, I'm afraid. In fact,
yeah.
Do you know what? If they're inactive and they can't even leave because then they can't get back in, I'm sorry, this is a dead clan. But you could always leave that clan, go get the recipe, and then come back to your clan.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you are literally... If they don't have that kind of research done, then... But if they are literally the only remaining people in a storm... How big's a Storm clan? Is that the biggest?
No. Moon's the biggest. I think that's the 30-person. So it's Ghost, Shadow, Storm, Mountain, Moon, I think. So that would be 100 people. I think.
It's just insane. It's just... Yeah, yes, you're right. Storm, 100 people.
Nice.
2 people crazily trying to cover 100. That's shouldering some crazy burden. But I'm
Yeah.
sorry, just leave. You just have to make your own clan. You know.
With blackjack and hookers.
Yep. In fact, let's forget the blackjack. Forget the hookers.
I mean, to be fair though, like, yeah, if you're on PC, you're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
I mean, the
doubt this
likelihood of them
person's
hearing
listening.
this
Yeah,
is minimal.
But but this person whinging onto Reddit about this, I'm just like, what? What do you want people to do something for you? I mean, do you want the developers to change it based on the activity of people? No. I've got no sympathy for that one. Anyway, the next one. I ran out of plastids after making 20 catalysts, but I have close to 100 phylaxis. After I ran out of Catalyst 2, I just throw 4 phylaxis in and hope someone can fill the rest.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, at least you're doing one of them, you know. Yeah.
Cassis was the one that was the plains resource, right?
I think so.
Well, I mean, nothing stops you from just like, you know, as Loz put it earlier, either do a bounty level 5 or go do Steel Path.
Sorry, hang on. Which one they not? They've got Phylaxis is the one that uses the bounty stuff, the stuff from the plains. So they ran out of the infested catalysts.
Plastids.
Yeah,
they ran out of plastids after making 20 catalysts. How many plastids does it need?
It needs 500.
They've got to be a relatively new player.
Usually found in quantities of 10 to 30. That's a fair amount of plastids.
It is, but still, like, I think either that or they're just never doing anything outside of wherever plastids are. But I'm pretty sure you and I have more plastids than we'll ever use in our lifetimes.
I don't know. I think we probably could try, but
I wish I just log in and find out.
I think you're thinking nanospores, not plastids.
Are you down to pause and log in and find out?
No, because it's plastids. So
Fine.
I don't care about plastids. You don't get to pause.
Fine. Next one.
The next one. I will admit, sometimes I just straight up forget, since Plaguestar numbs my brain with how repetitive it gets. However, I try to be very conscious to not forget that next run. And I totally know what you mean. Sometimes not a single person puts one in, and I have to put it all in.
Yeah, if you want it done, you need to do it yourself.
Yeah. Well, if you want to guarantee the optimization, then you're gonna need to make sure you've got lots of stuff and you at least have them. And then if other people don't put them in, you can just sneak them in at the last minute. And you don't have to be the first one to put them in, but make sure you've always got the stock on you if you want to guarantee efficiency. That's how it is.
The only alternative I can think of is akin to, what's the name of the Razorback, where you have to equip this item in your inventory before you can do it.
Like, yes, but these are kind of optional. These are kind of like bonus things, so you can't make it like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's. I mean, this is the 3rd, 4th, 5th. I don't know how long ago this was run. I mean, I know it first came out in 2016, so this is either the 3rd or 4th time.
This
is
a thing. Want to know?
Are you doing Steel Path in this footage?
Yes, I think it's like do 5 Steel Paths or something. And I was like, I just did it with it's a capture mission on Earth. I'm not even thinking. I didn't even try to put a build together or get good gear. I just went, whatever, just shoot the capture target.
Until they die.
My brain was off. I was very tired. He died. There you go. So this is the 5th reappearance.
5th?
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
It's also up for a lot longer. The first one on PC was 1 week, 5 days. Second one 1 week, 5 days. Third 1 week, 4 days. 1 week, 5 days. 1 week, 3 days. 3 weeks, 1 day.
This is 2 months. 3 weeks, 1 day?
Yep. It started.
I swear this is up.
Started on September 8th. Finishes on September 30th.
I thought they said it was October. I thought it was supposed to be Halloween.
Operation Plague Start, September 8th to 30th, all platforms. Why would they have it run to Halloween? They don't would interfere with Knights of Nabrus.
Well, no, I mean it wouldn't actually run. I swear they said 8 weeks.
I can show you the tweet.
Ah, fuck it. Well, it just means I need to bloody well.
Maybe they
go
made a
do
mistake.
it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I caught that now.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought I had till October.
Oh no, you ain't got. You got time though. I mean, we're recording this on the 16th. There you go. Look, that was what they tweeted out.
Oh yeah. I probably just misheard. Right. Okay. Cool.
Well, that's it for that topic.
Yeah.
Xeno will now get his arse in gear and actually attempt this himself, and he will be on the lookout for stingy players, and will probably go and farm up a pile of Phylaxis and Catalysts himself.
Sure.
But I think the advice for this is sometimes you have to be the one that covers it. If you want to get the rewards, you have to guarantee it.
Yeah.
But just don't be the one to just put them in right away. You can wait a little bit before sticking them in, see if someone else does. But sometimes be the one who puts it in right away. You know, you gotta be equal. You can't be like, okay, I'll build 4 of each time, and I'll sit there, and if I'm not the first one, I'll put them in. You know, then you're being stingy. So it swings and roundabouts.
I think like it's like a you know, if you have a job, it's like I wonder if anyone's told my boss that this thing needs to be done. Oh well, it's not my responsibility. So responsibility. But you're the one that actually knew about it, so why didn't you just point it out?
Or even check, even if it's not your responsibility, why didn't you just check or send a poke the person whose responsibility it is, just to make sure they're aware of it? Because that way both you and them don't look like an rear backside.
Yeah, an idiot. Right, okay, let's move on to the second topic then.
Right, let's move on to the second topic.
Cool. Right, farming for your last lich weapon is absolute horror. I'm thinking... Oh, pardon me. All right, I think I'm sitting at around 70 Cassini runs with no luck getting the last lich weapon I need. I can't imagine how bad it will be with the sisters if they don't fix this system.
Can't you trade liches?
Yeah, that's a very, very fair point.
I mean, it depends what you're trying to get the weapon for. I mean, yes, if you are trying to farm the weapon with a specific element and then farm it up to be maximum, yeah, that can be a painful thing. But if you're just like, okay, I just want this weapon for mastery, which, you know, the way that we're saying this, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing more in the topic. That's literally it.
70 Cassini runs to get their last weapon. Didn't you look this up recently? And like to get the like, I swear it was like a few episodes ago. You looked it up because someone had worked it out on the wiki. What the total number of runs you had to do in order to guarantee, well, near enough guarantee, because you know it's impossible. I think
that does sound right. Yeah.
And it was something like 94 or 96 runs or something like that.
Yeah, it is something like that. Yeah.
So
trade for it.
Nearly there.
Yeah. Come on, you got to do about 30 more, and statistically, the math says you should have it by then. Yeah.
Yeah. God. I get it. I mean, they could. God.
But I don't get it at all. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not even an expert on liches. I think I've killed 2 liches. I've killed a lot more sisters. But you can just choose not to accept the thrall and then go kill another one. Is that what the 70 Cassini runs is?
No, I think that's what they're saying. I think that's what they're saying.
So 70 Cassini runs, but imagine how it used to be, where you had to finish the lich before you could have another one.
Yeah.
So and then back then you also couldn't trade. I'm not, you know, it has been made more. It has been made easier. It has been streamlined, and there have been made alternative options. What more do you want? I mean, that maybe they could add in something to the system where it guarantee it, instead of being randomized, that it will offer you until you complete a lich with each weapon. It gives you, you know, like, yeah, the next weapon But then some people might be, it would ruin some people. Yeah, sorry, let me say again. So maybe they should change it so that you have to cycle through the entire plethora of lich weapons before it resets and gives you any duplicates, and then so you're guaranteed to go through get at least one of each weapon. But then some people are going to moan because it's like, no, I don't give a damn about half the other weapons. I just want to max out this one weapon, which is my first lich weapon. That would ruin those people's lives. So I don't get what solution you could give this person.
I feel like this is just this is constantly bringing the goalpost closer and making it wider to increase the chance of scoring, right?
Yeah.
Because how do I put this?
I mean, I feel for them because they have fallen foul of RNG, and they probably should have found it by now. There's always outliers, which are the people who do crazy things. But also, I want to counter that point, actually. When people say, I think I'm sitting around 70 Cassini runs, I do find people have a tendency to over-exaggerate. Like, if I'm doing this and I'm having problems, you'll see me ticking off in a book, and it will be 70 runs. It could equally be 10 runs. You know.
I will say that... So... Loz and I and a few others, we play a mobile game which you may or may not have heard us speak about called Xeno. It's a gacha game, all right? But every day for 20 minutes there's a PvP system. However, we keep a register of attendance because we need to make sure that people are doing their part, because there is premium currency rewards based on it.
No, well, it's not even that. It's a team activity. So if you have people who are not turning up and not contributing, it ruins everyone else's one chance a day to play that.
Yeah.
So we're not hardcore about it, but at the same time, we want people to each just pull a little bit of weight, fairly.
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there have been a number of instances where someone will say, oh my god, this person hasn't turned up at all. Like earlier today, Nazeth turned around and said, a player by the name of Koi hadn't been around at all during the Colosseum, the last week. And it turns out that Koi had only missed one day, right? But sometimes people can unintentionally get like a rock in their head where they think, oh, this is factual, this is the thing, right? This is definitely irrefutably the thing. And it's like, no, numbers say otherwise.
Actually, I was looking at that as well. And was it Koi, you said?
Yes.
So I hadn't seen the list, but I saw this player in the guild. Koi hadn't turned up today. And I was thinking, God, I don't remember them turning up at all this week. And they'd only missed one this week, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But probably what it was is maybe last week or within the last 2 weeks, there may have been 2 days in which my brain had seen that they hadn't turned up, and thus memory's not perfect for this kind of thing. And so my brain made the association, oh, they never turn up, when it just wasn't true.
Yeah. I mean, so the whole point of what I'm trying to say is what may feel like 70 runs was closer to 17.
That's a long time. That's a lot of runs.
Yeah, 17 is still a lot of runs. But it's nowhere near 70. And like, if you are genuinely tallying it up, all to you. I'm not dismissing that people can't do that. But it's we have to be aware of our minds playing tricks on us.
If I wanted to prove this after 10 runs, and I'd be like, God, this is really screwing me, I would take a print screen of every weapon option it was offering me, and I'd be like, here's a collage of 60 options it gave me, and I'm still waiting on this weapon.
Was it Top Hat and Monocle who did the Loki Prime to William Tell?
I think so.
Yeah, and he got a screenshot of every end screen for what he had actually received as a reward, and he was never getting any of the Loki Prime. I mean, nothing was stating that he was actually taking the right relics, but
true.
One would assume that he was and wasn't just making a bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say. I really don't. I mean, should there be a system in place where you could go, I'll have, the lich weapon for a token that I can redeem to get the weapon I want, and then it's like, oh well, if I double the tokens, I could get the weapon I want with the element I want, or if I quadruple my tokens, I get the element I want with the the element I want with the percentage I want. I'm like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, exactly.
So I one question I have for you,
Oh,
Mr. Fellow, I've played WoW more than Drew.
uh,
Did they increase the chances of the
did they
legendary
remove all the
item?
boobers? Yes, they did. Sorry, what?
That's another thing. Did they increase the chance for the legendary item drops in the previous expansions, or did they
No,
leave them at the?
they left.
They left them.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I can think of for them, if anything, they reduced those things. Like anytime there is a guaranteed thing. So at the end of Mr. Pandaria,
Yeah.
Garrosh would drop like heirloom legendaries for the next expansion. They were guaranteed. Yeah. Those became, I don't even know if they did drop afterwards, but things like the end bosses, if they dropped a mount, would go from like 1% down to like 0.1% after the expansion was done. So they became super rare. If anything, they made them more rare, not less rare.
Right. Fair enough. Okay.
But things like Sulfurious, Thunder Fury parts, no, they left them as is.
Okay, fair enough then. At least that's what they claimed.
Well, you only got one chance a week, and it was bloody low as it was. So.
Well, no, I mean, like it's Blizzard. I mean, how much can we trust them anymore?
Yeah.
Changing the booba. Right. Should we go to the replies? I honestly can't think of much more to say on this.
That booba is over 15 years old. They just were like, no, have a look at some fruit in a bowl.
Explain, because we've raised it so many times now.
Just do a quick yeah.
On a random tangent.
Yeah, go for it then.
No, you explain it, because you.
Oh, okay. So we're making just quick. You can Google this quickly if you wanted to, but in World of Warcraft, which has been around since the original World of Warcraft, there's a couple of paintings that go on walls somewhere. I can honestly, even though I played Classic recently, I can't even really remember where these paintings are. They're not common in the game. There was one character which was a female mage or something with just a bit of revealing chest, reading the midline, so you can see a bit of booba. That got completely changed to the point which she's now fully zipped up and looks like she's just got no more boobs. She's flat. And then another one about a skimpy assassin lady just sort of reclining on a bed or something, looking very femme fatale. And they just completely removed that and replaced it with a bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
Because
this had like the definition of
censorship.
Oh god. Huh?
Oh yeah. Also, you mean the old images? They were super low res. These are 16 years old. The original WoW, these had them. They're very low.
It looked like, and the best way I can describe it as, it looked like one of those old what's called mobile phone pictures smeared in Vaseline.
Yeah.
There was no definition whatsoever.
Yeah, and these are sneaky little Easter eggs. They weren't common in the game. You wouldn't see them at every house you went into. And this is the Blizzard of old, where they would sneak little jokes in. There was no nudity here. This is just the, I don't know what would be the term. Just alluding to a bit of sexiness is all it was. Or just that one of them is actually just a painting of a fantasy person. It's not even that anything. But no, can't have any of that anymore. # me too. And don't get me wrong, I do support all the people of Blizzard, but it's just stupid. This is not what you should be doing.
I don't think this is like any of the devs making this decision.
Yeah.
This is management just going like, we must fix this. How should we fix this? We could fix the pay brackets. We could fire people for that are doing horrible
controversial things. Yeah.
Let's what's called censor the pictures. Censor the booba.
Yeah, it's like, we must censor everything in the game. Anything with even the slightest amount of edginess must be removed. No edge, buffed to a perfect shine. Anyway, though, this has nothing to do with Warframe, so let's go back to Warframe.
Let's go back to the replies. Let's do the replies then.
Yes, so farming or lich weapons, absolute horror replies. First one. Sisters is somewhat easier. as there are fewer weapons in the pool. But I feel you on Lich weapons, I'm on the last 5 myself. Didn't they say in the last dev stream they're going to make Liches easier? I think they did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, can you see the footage a moment? When did this tile come in the game?
Ages ago.
Really? I'd never seen it. Have you seen like the secret bits in it?
Yeah. I'm well aware. Like, there's the whole underground.
I think this bit. I go down here. Yeah, it's like wow. I'd never seen this. This one comes up, and I find another one in a minute. I've never seen this tile before. I love it. Freaking love it.
No, yeah, I'm sure.
If I'd been on it, I hadn't actually just dashed through it.
This is a capture one, isn't it?
Might be.
I think this is a capture mission.
Maybe that's why. But I mean, I might have dashed through it, but I've never gone. Hang on a minute. What is this? I love this tile. Freaking amazing. Why can't we have more of this?
I think that ship there behind you is actually the.
And look down here. Yeah. Freaking secret area. Like, oh, so amazing. This is what Warframe used to be always be about.
And I think you can get over one of the fences.
Oh, I don't think I tried that. I think I scanned looking for like secrets because I was like, oh, this is amazing. I'll look for secret stuff. I didn't find it.
Or you're doing what I'm referring to right now.
Okay. It's cool as that. Oh, look at this. Anyway, moving on. So, so
you missed the last part. I spent.
Yeah, sorry, sisters. I spent 30 to 40 minutes yesterday and over an hour. I spent 30 to 40 minutes yesterday and over an hour without success. Is that over an hour today? I think it should be today. I'm going to go with that. I spent 34 minutes yesterday and over an hour today without the success the session before I got something new.
Yes?
Yes.
But I mean, like, should you really get rewarded? Should you always get a participation reward?
No.
There you go. I concur. I don't think you should.
Well, it's more than that. I mean, like I was saying, it's like either you change it so that you guarantee you don't get duplicates and so you have one of every weapon, but then that screws over other people and we'll have other people whinging. Oh, and then you go down here, look at this bit. Oh, man, look at that tunnel. Oh, it's so cool. Or you have it as it is now and it's just RNG and you've just got to play it.
Yeah.
I think, though, the goal is, and what you should do, is, like this person said, they spent 34 minutes yesterday, and I assume it's over an hour today. Sometimes you have to just go, yep, I'm not going to do that today. If you just focus on doing that one thing, RNG might screw you over and you're just going to get annoyed. So play the game, do other things. Do a few night waves, go farm some focus, go do something else. Go level a few weapons. You know, there's other things to do. Don't just... One thing to do with Warframe is don't just try and bash your head against one aspect of the game. You're just going to get frustrated.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty to do.
I do think, though, that there is some validity in this stuff is like the last bits of stuff to do. Because, you know, you've got all the stuff from Plague Star. You've got all the stuff from. I think it's the constant progression of.
Well, I think
we have been spoiled.
I don't want to think that every single person who replies has every single mod, has maxed every single mod, has maxed out every focus tree, has maxed out every reputation, has everything Zor-wise and kit gun done and ready, has all the amps they want, has all the arcanes maxed, has done all of their scans, has maxed every Warframe, has finished their helmet, has finished. Oh god, what more can I do? I think that's it really, but that's all. Oh, finished their railjack and got all that done. There's so many things to do in the game. I can't believe that every person has every single feature done. That this is the only.
No, not every single person, but I do think that there is a significant proportion. I mean, like, look, for the longest time, we turn around and say like, "Oh, no one's going to finish off their focus tree system. It's such a pain to do," and so on and so forth, and then, there were people that had finished off their focus tree system.
Oh, yeah. No, I appreciate that. But that has been out for years. But I can't believe this person has...
No, I mean, at the time. Like, we're talking like maybe a year after it originally came out.
Maybe, but I mean, rather short-sighted. I'm sure more and more people will get it finished as time goes by.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't believe that this player has nothing else to do. Absolutely nothing else to do. Or hell, just go play... Just pick a thing that they like and play it for fun.
Oh, fun! What is this fun you
can't do that?
Of?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is a capture.
It's got to be a job. You got to do it like a job.
Yep, must do job. Must do job.
Yep.
Next one.
Got one job.
I get what you mean. It's always frustrating to keep running Cassini over and over just to see the Larveling with the same weapon. If it helps, whenever that happens, I switch warframes within the same progenitor element. It works somehow. Doesn't guarantee the weapon I want, but it does give me larvalings with different weapons. It also will make your play time feel different every time. Use different warframes. That's a good idea. I like it.
I'd also say don't always do Cassini.
Yeah, I was going to say that these things run on random seeds, and who knows what it's pulling that number from. It could be like dates and timestamp plus node, which has its own unique code. And so by running the same node, I know it's probably the best one.
If I know Glenn, like I don't know Glenn, he's going to be running it off of that network code RNG thing that he built. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah.
Because it was such a good RNG system.
Yeah.
I imagine it's all based off that. And there's no way to, really guarantee any of that whatsoever.
But then again, I don't think doing the same node repeatedly is going to give you that good a chance.
Not only that, I also feel that it's going to it's going to incite boredom.
Yes, definitely. I like the idea about changing your warframe though. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Shake things up. Maybe form one of them. Get some leveling done while you're doing it. There's things that can be done.
No, that's what Elite Sanctuary Onslaught is.
No, I meant that if you... Okay, yeah. That's if you want to be efficient. But you could... I bet you they just farm it with... they just go, okay, I'm doing Casino now, want Lich, and they just have everything maxed out. You'd be like, hey, let's form something. Form a weapon you want to use, but you never got around to, and just,
I find it so weird that there are people out there that do not like to level stuff on Sanctuary Onslaught or Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. I just find it baffling. It's like, but you're constantly encountering different environments
and enemies.
Yeah, you're not always doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Right, the last one. Imagine my surprise when I come back and decide to deal with the Lich that has been teasing me through my daily logins for 13 months, only to have him fuck off to Railjack. Excuse me? What? I haven't touched Railjack. My ship level is 0. All I remember is seeing the update like 6 months ago with them saying they were nerfing Railjack XP progression or something, so now I have even less desire to play Spaceship McGee Simulator. Spaceship McGee Simulator. I'm sorry. Well, welcome to Warframe now with integrated Railjack. This is the game we're playing now. This is the game. Go do some Railjack. It's really not that bad.
How long was yours?
What? My what?
Your Lich? You had a Lich and then you never touched it for how long?
Over a year.
Over 13 months?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I killed it. It's in the footage somewhere, but I had that like the first week Liches came out. And just stole all my stuff. Just kept stealing my stuff.
I don't know about you. I feel that there is a huge problem with players, with... I kind of want to say people in general, right? People don't like change, right? Yeah. If we want to take it outside of Warframe... I can happily point to multiple instances where, oh god, like, in order to do something on Google, you have to sign in via your phone. Oh, I don't like change. Oh, why do I have to sign in for that means I have to keep my phone on me all the time. You don't, right? Or, that's an instance of my dad, or likewise, my colleagues. Oh, well, we can no longer guarantee that we'll be working on Macs anymore. There might be a chance of you using Windows. It's like, oh my god, we're using Windows. What could this be? Oh god, no. And like, people just actively do not like change. They don't adapt. And considering, we are a race that love to adapt our environments to our benefit, it feels so weird that we have become this way. I don't know if I've lost you or if you've lost me.
No, I was just checking a quote. Do you want us to explain again?
So basically what I'm saying is that, as we have evolved, right? As we have grown as a species, like, you know, we have changed environments to suit our needs.
Yeah.
We've got central heating, we've got double glazing, we've got the freaking internet with fatter pipes than the bloody sun, we've got the sun attached to our wall to keep us warm during the winter. This stuff didn't exist before. We adapted, right? But now that things are changing, it seems to be more and more. I don't know if it's what's called Gen X, the millennials, Gen Z, boomers. You know, there seems to be a large. It seems to be like a cultural thing that we don't like change.
No, I would say it's more ingrained, and it's probably always been there. I know, no, yeah, it's going to be one of these primal things. It's going to be that. So the young things are open to exploring and learning, but then when you get older, you then think, okay, well, I'm older, weaker, technically, you know, in the wild terms, you know, but you also, the goal of you is to try and survive as long as possible, to have as much offspring as possible. So it's probably a thing that as things get older, they prefer the familiar because the familiar is safe. There's nothing. So if you think about it, like for young things, they want to explore and they want to learn. So, you know, but what they need to learn about what's on the other side of that bush. What is a bush? Whereas once you're familiar, you don't want to go around looking in unfamiliar bushes because there might be tigers there. But I know these bushes here, where I've always lived. I've done this for 10 years. There's no tigers in these bushes because I maintain them.
Yeah.
So why should I go over there? I don't want to go over there and look in those new bushes. Ooh, they look scary with tiger-shaped things in them. You know, so it's probably something along those lines. Is that, you know, as you get older, it's, you know, once you're set and you know things, it keeps you alive. You know.
Yeah. And
it probably actually, if I'm being really harsh, it probably even works on a genetic level because the young that become too inquisitive and keep looking in bushes probably get killed off because it's not an advantage. But if it ever does become an advantage, like they find something amazing in the bushes that helps them survive, it then inventiveness becomes a survival trait. So it's probably something like that. But also, I found a quote which I like from Terry Pratchett, which is to do with governments, but it's the same thing to do with different governments. And it's they think they want good government and justice for all vibes, yet what is it they really crave deep in their hearts? Only that things go on as normal, and tomorrow is pretty much like today. Yeah. People don't want tomorrow to be different and scary and unique. They just pretty want nice, warm, same as today. You know, that makes most people satisfied and happy. Just, keep things the same. So, yeah.
Feels weird.
Yep. So as for this person, though, so you'll go back to this person in Railjack, right? So what do we say? So this person has been, I don't know the reason why, but they've been logging in daily for 13 months and then like, oh, I better go do my lich now. After 13 months, do you not think maybe the game has changed and that's what's happened? And now they're having issues with it.
If they've been logging in for 13 months, where were they during Corpus? During shit, what was the update? Not Tempestari. What was the Sisters of Parvos? Like that came out how long ago?
Oh, 2-3 months. It was before TennoCon.
And they're only just picking up now that the liches are on the Railjacks.
Yeah, well, they've been doing 13 months where they just log in for some reason. So for 13 months, over a year, they've been doing that through my daily logins. I assume that means they just log in and then log out again.
I never understand that. I really don't.
And then they're like, oh, I want to play the game now, and I want the game to be exactly the same as I played it before. No, it's an online game. It improves, it updates, it increases in size. Well, I have to go do Railjack, but I haven't done any Railjack. Okay.
Congrats, go do some Railjack. But I want to do my Lich. Is this the attitude that is forcing Warframe to just be a horizontally scaling game?
Yeah. Oh, totally it is. People don't want to ever come away from the Warframe, and they sort of they learn that at the start. They're like, okay, that's to do with people as they get old and things. So they start Warframe, they're like, oh, this is exciting and new. You're the kitten who you know, is freshly born and wants to explore. Oh, look at all these new environments, all these new Warframes. It's exciting, it's amazing. And then they kind of get nestled into that, and it's like, okay, now we're giving you this flight simulator section. Oh, I like this. It's different bad. Oh, space simulator with ships. Oh, different bad. I just want to go back to being my Warframe. And then if you just go, okay, we'll listen to you and we'll just give you that. There's no new content. Why is there no new content? Why is my content not varied? You should try harder and make more varied content.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
well, shall we try and give you this sort of rideable hoverboard? Oh my god, it's different. Why is it different? Give me same. Give me same. Okay, here's
Give me
same.
Arkwing.
Oh my god.
Arkwing.
Oh my god. It's yeah. Why
Why
not
are you
try
ruining
hard enough?
Arkwing?
No, but no, they just alternate between. Oh, it's not innovative enough, and you're not making more game, and then you do give them
And then as
innovation.
soon as you do that,
They just don't like it, and they say, "Oh, it's bad."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
go back to. I just want to go back to be playing a Warframe. I just want to be behind my Warframe. Okay, we'll let you do that.
Yeah.
Where's the content? Is content not
Yeah.
innovative? Give me more content. It's just a vicious loop.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Right.
I'm sorry, this person has to go to Railjack. It's incredibly easy now. They probably don't know about it, but they can just go get some people from Ticker and just solo it. In fact, if you just get a team of Ticker, I don't know people. There's a combination which pretty much just throughout the whole game, just with some basic people from Ticker, they'll just be the ultimate ship crew. There you go, job done. You just and then all you have to do is just.
How long ago? Railjack came out. What, 2019?
Christmas of 2019ish, yeah.
No, I don't know. It wasn't Christmas. It was
Yeah.
the Game Awards. It was. I'm pretty sure that's like October,
December.
November time. Was it? I swear the Game Awards are not December.
I think they gave the deadline of when it was going to be released at the Game Awards, not the actual.
No,
release.
they released it on the Game Awards. Remember?
Let's have a look.
Because they really shoehorned themselves into the deadline is right now.
Right now.
Do you remember?
I will have a look. Hang on.
And we all say like, because they didn't actually say, oh well, we need to postpone this, or they released it then and there.
Okay. 26.
This is where everyone in the comments is like, either Xeno's right or
November
Xeno's wrong.
22nd, 2019.
Was that the Game Awards?
That that was when they released the Rising Tide, but I don't. Okay, yeah, I think you're forgetting how they released it. Remember, we had to wait. It took like 10 days.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So that's
you're right.
when the quest came out, but not when we actually got the Railjack.
Yep, you're right. Because they much called like everyone was like, oh man, I can't wait to build my Railjack and get it out. It's like, you're not gonna be able to take it out, right? Like, what? You're gonna build it and then it's just gonna sit there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were like, yeah, you sit there. Yeah, I like the concept of it because it was trying to be like we were actually building towards something, but it was just not a good way of doing it.
My whole point was that they released.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
The Railjack nearly 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna say 1 year and 10 months.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They've been not playing for 13 months.
13 months would also mean that they should have been playing properly when the first big update to Railjack came out, which came out like March last year.
Well, March last year was Scarlet Spear.
Yeah, that's when they did it, wasn't it? Do you remember it was better. It wasn't great, but it was better.
But my point is, so they were playing for 9 months when actually no, to be fair, they said that they've had their last lich for 13 months.
Yeah. No, they've had daily logins for 13 months.
It just feels weird. Like, I mean, regardless, it's like your game changes. Like, either you're saying that you were playing when Railjack first came out and you did nothing with the system. Well, that was your choice to make.
Yeah.
Right? Or they weren't playing, decided after 9 months they're going to start logging back in for 13 months, just doing daily logins. And now they're suddenly shocked that after nearly 2 years, the game's changed.
Yeah. Like, I want to go back to doing liches how I've always done liches. And it's like, no, they wanted to finally deliver on that promise they made when they first showed liches off. From, I think, what was that, 2018 or something? Do you remember when the lich would go to the Railjack section?
No, it was 2019.
I don't know when it was, but they actually finally showed that.
It was the last TennoCon that we were at.
But anyway, they wanted to deliver on that promise, and so they did.
Yeah.
And so this person's whinging. Oh my god, go back to how I had it before. Like, no, the game is finally delivering the full promise of what it did. I don't care. I want my thing back. It's just terrible. Anyway, we should move on.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for the community. Sorry, for the community response.
Oh, sorry. No, sorry. I was going to say. One last thing I was going to say at it. Yeah. I didn't like Deimos. I didn't do Deimos for over a year since it got released. I've only just done it now, and I've had it with all the improvements, and I like it. I'm not going to go, oh, cool, I'll make it go back to how it used to be, because I remember it like this for a bit. It's just terrible. Anyway, sorry, yeah.
Cool.
Winch over.
Right. So
Winch over.
That's it for the topics. Loz is now going to hit the topics off button, and we're going to go to the graphs. So
I need these on separate windows. Graphs. And do it. So I'm going to push graph number 1.
Yeah, so we got the first graph, which is how do you feel about the ghoul saw?
Ghoul saw!
It's right in front of me! How do I keep saying saw? Right, the ghoul saw.
It's saw, like you stubbed your toe.
Or chainsaw.
Yes.
It's weird. If I just said chainsaw, I'd have no issue with it. Yeah. And it's Zor. Right, so 20% said negative, 25% said positive, and 55% said neutral. Yeah, I mean, Loz likes it.
I mean, you're gonna have to get your hands on it soon. I mean, it's not gonna be the best weapon in the world. You're not gonna take this and clear all content with it. It's like, oh, is it a bit underhyped? Maybe, but I picked it up and actually felt. It was like a pressure fresher. I sat down and looked through the combos, and I was like, okay, I want to use this combo for this combo to this combo to this. And I felt like, wow, I've got maneuverability. I've got options in my combat. I can do weird, cool mechanics, like one where you just, the heavy attack is where you thrust the chainsaw right into their stomach and goes, buzz! And then I've got the walking with the weapon out and just keep attacking. At a slow walking pace. That feels brilliant to me. It feels different. It feels active. It feels like I'm doing the combos for actual purposes and not just this is just the most efficient combo for walking around. Just most people, I bet, with the whips. Do you remember? I remember watching Joey do. I think it was Elite Sanctuary Onslaught with what was that whip? The Grineer whip. Do you remember? It was the one that everyone just took and back at the heights of the Atarax. Atarax, yeah. Sure. Yeah, and it was just like, and it went through walls as well. And it was just, the absolute ridiculous. And just the same combo continuously. That's what most people want to play. I don't with my melee system. I want to be like, oh no, I'm surrounded. Better do an AoE. Oh no, I want to get over there and do a slam on that mob. Oh, I better do that. Oh, I'm just going to walk and I want to hit things and open boxes while I'm walking. Better hold it out and attack. And you can do that with this weapon. Apart from, as I say, I didn't find a use for just the basic ///3, the basic slash, but I assume that's just, it has to have it because that's the basic combo. And that's the other thing about this. Sorry, another point to do. I hate that most melee weapons, the combos start with the same swing.
Right.
The animation is like, I will always start like with swords. It's like a top right to bottom left swing. So you're always doing the same first attack, no matter which combo you're doing on a lot of them. Yeah. This one, no. All the 3 combos feel amazing and unique. I love this weapon. It feels great. Anyway.
Not rapier. Right, so the second one is, have you double ridden like...
yes.
Sorry, have you double ridden the ghoul saw like in topic 1?
Yes.
5% said yes, it's frequently happens. 15% said yes, but rarely. 35% said, I don't own the ghoul saw. And 45% said, sorry, did I say 35? 45% said no.
Yeah, I like the fact this topic came up because I'm aware of it and I see what they mean. But because the weapon's not a super fast weapon and you don't need to just keep tapping continuously, you can control it, and you don't really. You might put off. You might rarely, like it rarely happens to me as a thing. But once you're aware of it, you know that you can just not push the buttons again. You don't have to keep clicking. It is not a click melee weapon. You be like, right, I want to do this now. Push the buttons for that. Right, when I get out, I want to do this now. I'll hold this button down. I'll do this. So yeah, I see what they mean. But once you're used to it, you won't have any problems with it. I don't think.
Cool. The next one we have you ever experienced the issue as described in topic 2?
I was about to make a comment where I was like, I actually feel like I can actually properly talk about something in Warframe without feeling like I don't know enough for once. Yeah, this is a really good feeling. And then you're like, the issue is described in topic 2. And I'm like, what's topic 2?
Well, I was about to
What's topic
explain that.
What's topic 2?
Topic 2 was the stalker acolytes teleporting you to them
Oh,
and
yeah.
losing out on survival canisters and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 28% said yes, and 72% said no.
Aha. Oh, wow.
Do we have any comments that elaborate on the yeses at all?
No, but I did see a few people trying to explain why it happened. Let me just find one of those. Didn't see anyone saying that they'd had it. Nick Evans said on Acolytes and Stalker teleportation, the reason you are teleported them instead of them teleporting to you is because we can path to places they cannot. However, since they always path to places we can too, we go to them.
Wait, what?
The reason you are teleported to them instead of them teleporting to you is because we can path to places they cannot. However, since they always path to places we can too, we go to them.
Because we can always go where they are. Right, okay, cool.
I assume it's so that you don't teleport, you don't stand on a certain box that's quite small, like a canister, and it teleports to you, and now it's stuck on the box while you shoot it. You just jump off the box, and it's stuck there.
Yeah,
but you could just make it
like, I don't know how to get off this.
Or you could just make it like it doesn't have a cooldown on its teleport, and it just teleports to you again. I don't think it's that bad. Oh well.
Well, I mean, like, just the problem is it can't tell where it is if it's not on the grid. It's like if it's not on the chessboard, it doesn't know where it is.
But surely it knows it's not on the chessboard.
Yeah, but that could be right next to the chessboard, or it could be in a different room
But
entirely.
if it ever decides it can't, it's not. If it defines, hey a minute, I'm not on the chessboard and can't see a path to you, execute teleport to you. And then if right away, hey, wait a minute, you moved, and once again, I can't find you on the chessboard and I can't move to you, teleport to you.
It might be better. I can see that AI reasons there may be some complications with that. Maybe, right? Because of the 3D rendering. What might be better is effectively you despawn it and respawn it at the origin point where it first came in, and then teleport to you. I totally get what Nick's, because then the question is like retaining health and blah blah blah. It becomes a bit of a nightmare.
Okay, moving on. Graph 4?
Yes. Do you like the suggestion of locking down the entire map and the stalker / acolytes teleport to you to their intended target? 20% said no, 30% said that they didn't care, and 50% said yes. Cool. And last, how do you feel about the RNG accessible end of mission arena where you and your team fight the stalker? 20% said negative, 30% said neutral, and 50% said positive. Do you remember this being your idea?
That is the same percentages as the last question.
Yeah, but in different places.
No, for the same choices.
Oh, yeah.
50% of our audience are like, yeah, great idea. 20% are like, whoa, these guys are stupid ideas. And 30% are like, no, okay. Whatever. Yeah, no, I remember this idea. It's all right. Yeah. And I like that 50%. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, that is it for the graphs. Now it's time to go on to the Zapote questions.
So, from Zrugel, we have, before I read out Zrugel's question, I just want to ask our lovely audience to smash that like button and leave a comment down below. I promise we read each and every comment. Zrugel then asks, have you ever played Dungeons & Dragons?
Tabletop game, yeah.
Doesn't specify a video game or a tabletop game. So
yeah,
because it just says Dungeons & Dragons, I assume it's the sit down with people RPing.
Yeah, I've done it a number of times. I've even GM'd a few times or DM'd a few times. I like it, but it's a huge time sink.
Yeah. I'd love to more, but yeah, you have to be like, I'm doing nothing else today.
Yeah, like Loz and I knew a guy from uni. Well, we still technically know him. He recently got into Warframe, but he used to do a role play every day of the week.
Yeah.
And it was like, I cannot
Bet it
do
was a
that.
hell of a lot of fun, though.
Yeah, totally. But it's just like, no, it's too much time lost.
Yeah. Ildanas. This random thought popped into my head whilst running Plaguestar. Since we now have Yoreli with her Exalted K-Drive, do you think we'll ever see an Exalted Necromech? Also, do you think that that could even work in-game?
Yes.
I don't think it'd be quite called an Exalted Necromech, but it would be like a Warframe that gets into a bigger Warframe. Warframe?
Oh, what?
Inside
A Warframe in a Warframe? Yeah. I mean, it's like, who's fucking hinting at that for God knows how long?
Yeah, I mean that like
DE.
the ultimate would be like the equivalent of like Guyver Gigantic. You know, you get it for a short period of time, like a super mode.
Yeah. No. Sod super mode, right? You know, it's just Guyver Gigantic.
Just put that into the Warframe. Just flat out copy that. Put that in game.
No, just give us harder enemies that warrant having fucking Guyver Gigantic. You know,
well, that's
sod the fucking Zoonoids. We're gonna have fucking Zoolords now, right?
Yeah.
We're not fucking like just.
I'd love a technical difficulties page, like that just has different things, and it would say Xeno has got technical difficulties, and we start playing a jingle, and then there'd be different ones, and it would be like stand by Xeno Guyver rant in progress.
Oh, then I'm talking to that for arbiters. Anyway,
have you pulled that joke before? Have you?
Oh yeah. So it's like 10 minutes later.
Ah, okay.
It's just like Sometimes it was seconds, but sometimes it was genuinely like 20 minutes.
Ah.
Anyway,
Thalian says, with the recent release of Yoreli... Oh, sorry, actually, did we finish the Exalt... Oh, no, sorry. Actually, there's one point I wanted to make about Ildanas' one, about the Exalted Necromech. Yeah. I think Hildren was supposed to have an Exalted Arc Weapon. I think is it the Laxspur?
Yeah.
I think originally that was going to be her Exalted Weapon.
I can totally get behind that.
When they first showed it, and it was just her and that, we didn't have the first weapon, which was the fist punchy gun. We just saw that, and I'm just thinking, I think that's what she was supposed to have, and then it just got removed. I don't know why, and then they gave her the helicopter form. And it really annoys me because I think it would have been really interesting. Because it would have finally been a art gun that you would have had to use as normal, not as a side thing. Anyway. Thalian says some stuff. With the recent release of Yoreli, players have seen that DE is still susceptible to poorly thought out choices in their ability designs, but that wasn't always the case. And many frames that needed updating over time only needed those updates because of the game shifting around its priorities, like faster pace, more enemies needing to die, and more reliance on systems like status or defense stripping. Those thoughts in mind, what older frame can you think of that has abilities suffering from this change over time problem, and how would you fix that? In fact, it's on the footage here. Bloody slash dash on Excalibur, right? They added these change to slash dash when they were like just before moving on to Parkour 2.0. So the whole point of this slash dash is that you can use it as a movement thing. Slash dash used to be amazing because it would just be a straight line whoosh and you would hit everything. And you was like, yeah, and it was fun to like slash dash back and forth. This is just awful. You just sort of move to a nearby enemy and sort of slowly moves the blade, which does not look slash and it does not look dash, is what I'm trying to say. I would like the old slash dash back because as soon as this came out, if you go back and watch the Excalibur video for this update, they even say about like slash dash can allow you to traverse to new areas, and because it does it in the direction you do. If you look up and you slash dash in that direction. But then we got literally, I think within a month or so, we got Parkour 2.0. So it's just useless. I mean, maybe somebody can tell me what amazing build you can come up with slash dash, but it gutted the ability. When I first played Warframe, I love the fact I could just slash dash. It was amazing. It was good fun, and yeah, I would want that back because that is just such a victim of what you're saying there, Thalian, with changes over time. It instantly became out of date. And just watch it. I'm trying to kill a few enemies with it here, and it's just useless. It's just terrible. What do you do?
I've got to say no as Wormhole for very similar reasons. Like, yeah, it's great for very specific. Like, oh, I've got to traverse this entire open world.
I know you
Blub,
haven't
blub,
been
blub,
playing Plague
blub.
Star.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't
The
think
drone can go through. The drone can go through
again. They allowed it again.
Yep.
Was that intentional?
I don't know if they've
Or did the
undone
bug
it, but
come?
either the bug came back or they allow it now.
Right.
There was a meme about it, but I didn't pick it.
Oh, because the first time it happened, everyone loved Nova. Then the second time, like it wasn't working for a long ass time.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like the reintroduced itself. Or
Maybe they had like
yeah.
maybe there was a bug with the older ones where you could accidentally like teleport it into the floor, and that was just on their list of changes for so long. They finally fixed it for this release because you can also switch teleport with it as well on Loki.
Yes. Again, I don't think you could originally do that. I'm wondering if they've just made it like quality of life improvements. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, I just want to point out because it comes up in the comments. Do you see on the radar? There's a pink and a green thing on my radar around the footage. You know, on the HUD.
Yeah, you've changed the colors.
No, there was an objective, a pink and a green objective.
What the hell's that?
Oh, I'll tell you later if you've forgotten. Okay. Oh, you forgot. So sad. Right, moving on. There's one more point from Thalian. We now have multiple elemental warframes with fire, water, air, and earth, represented by Ember, Neja, Hydroid, Ureli, Zephyr, and Atlas. With 2 water frames, 2 fire frames, there's room for a new air frame and an earth frame. Have a try at designing either or both of them. What?
Tough. Avatar Last Bender. Tough. Earth frame. Can't see anything. It's all echolocation. Fucking love that. Give that to me. Done. No, seriously. I'm totally down for that. How cool would that be?
Okay, I wouldn't say you could have it the whole time, but it could be like the ultimate turns into that sort of mode. That would be kind of cool. So it became like a skill gameplay to get the most out of it, but in that mode you do billions of damage, or a lot of damage, but you can't see any of the terrain anymore, apart from how you echolocate or whatever.
Yeah.
So a bit of a trade-off. That'd be interesting. But also, I wanted to say that as for airframes, you technically have Titania as well. It's kind of an airframe.
No, it's Arcwing frame.
Okay. And Earth frame. Yeah, I guess we could have another Earth frame.
But tough. Come on. Like, just imagine it. Like, you see everything based on, like, the like, the enemies, they're shooting their guns. You can actually see them as they're shooting their guns. And then, like, you just hit the ground, and there's this wake that just comes out. You hit it again, and all of a sudden, this giant wall of spikes just come out of the ground and just murderizes them. So cool! And just kicking ground stuff and tough. You can't see anything. You know you want it.
I'm trying to decide whether or not people would say that this is actually really nice as it's representing blind people in a game, or if DE would get blasted for gamifying a disability. I can't. It's a flip of the coin whether it get praise or vilified for it.
Just include people that suffer from the disability. Get their input in things. Oh God, what's his name?
Oh God, I feel this is getting worse. So now you're saying what DE needs to do is a video in which they're like, okay, so we were designing a blind warframe, so we brought these blind people to the studio to see how their blindness works. Sadly, none of them could detect our shooting of guns from across the room.
No.
Turns out that blind people don't have echolocation. Who knew? We've been studying Avatar: The Last Airbender as our only reference.
No, they need to talk to Matt Murdock.
So moving on.
Please tell me you got the reference.
Yes, more fictional people. Your solution is right. Okay, I want to put this one fictional character.
Hey, I've seen Daredevil. I know how it works.
I have this fictional character with their fictional blindness superpower. I want to put it in game. How are we going to study and learn this? Right, what to stop us getting vilified in the press? Okay, what we'll do is we'll bring in another fictional blind person with superpowers to tell us how to put the first blind fictional person with superpowers into our game. Well done. Good job there. Right.
I hope people realize I was joking.
We're getting cancelled so quick, man. Your craziness. Right, now moving on. What's next? Where are we up to?
I have no idea. Was that the last? That was the last community. Sorry, the support question. We're on to community responses now.
Yes. Yes, and that's exactly the point. So first one is Edward Paddock. By the way, what is that little pink icon on the HUD that looks like a fish? Right, so I'm sad that Xeno doesn't remember
is this the map pins?
The map pins, yes. On open worlds, there are actually these little cool things. I don't remember where you get them from. I can't remember what they're called. I think you buy them from the market. You can put these, they're a deployable item you can get and you have to put in your gear where you put down a pin on to be like on the open worlds to remind you of places. You can set the symbol, the color, and you can even like give it a different name. And it's actual 3D floating object with like a little banner that says the text on it. And on the Valis, I've kept them. I've got two. I think I deleted most of them. One of them is a cave where I do most of my fishing. I can't remember the name of it. It's called like Xeno's Special Place or something. And the other
Xeno's
one,
Passion Cave.
Xeno's Passion Cave. I think that's it. I think that's what it's called. And the other one was like Joey's Hubris or something. Because we this is from when we did 24 hours on the Valis.
Yeah.
And there was a mountain in the middle of a puddle or something. And like Joey had to get to the top of it with just his operator or something. And he was trying for like half an hour or something trying to do this.
Yeah,
and in the end, I don't think he did it, but I put a little flag there to remember that. So that's what I keep them up, and it confuses people because they don't understand what they are or how they exist. But never mind.
Right,
brilliant. Also from Edward Paddock, why not just turn off life support decay while Stalker and Co are on the map? And also, when and if you're in the Grand Void, as it's outside of time, grrr. Only outside of time when Parvos is there, because that's what Plot says.
No, it's not outside of time. It's when Protea's fucking with time. Protea is the one that fucks with time.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess Protea's not in there.
It's not the Void.
Yep, there you go.
The
Stalker and Co.
You should never be in the Grand Void for long enough to prevent life support from happening. I am 100% down for Stalker / Acolytes preventing life support decay, but likewise it has to stop the timer as well. Very much similar to how it works for mobile defense. Mobile defense gets paused while the Stalker or an Acolyte turns up. Or no, the Sentients as well. So do it the same with them.
There. Nick Evans. On the Ghoulsaur, the disappointment coming in relates to three things. The first is that it's been 4 years and DE hyped it, but on release, it's a Master Rank 7 weapon, which
whoa. DE hyped it? No.
DE literally forgot about it.
Yeah.
Which de facto puts it on a lower power level than almost all of the primes and a good chunk of the better melee weapons. The second is that it was again hyped up as something you could ride on with the melee combo, and you can't even do that well because it's a set limited animation with a slam at the end. And the third is just that the actual stance animations are generally not good compared to the animations we have for heavy blades and hammers. It's not that it isn't a good weapon, it's that DE literally hyped it for years, then made a big deal out of telling us it was special before release, then didn't deliver again.
No, they didn't.
I would say I haven't picked up heavy blades and hammers recently. I will do this. Nick Evans is Stallion, isn't it?
Yeah. The only thing that they said
I will give it a test Stallion maybe for next week because I really like the combos on the Ghoulsaur. So I haven't tested out those ones. I will give those a look in.
The only thing that they said that was special was the fact that it was a new animation set.
Yeah,
like the underslung arm.
And
that was it.
The other thing that I get is that people don't seem to realize, right? DE are trying to sell the game. So this is why we ended up with Melee 2.0. Because originally they were like, you can get your melee weapon out. And it's exciting. And they were just like, literally, your character could just get the weapon out. That was it. That was literally it. And then because...
No, it was the new animation. That's all it was. It was supposed to be new animations. No new combat system whatsoever.
Yeah, but you could just get your sword out. That was it. It was exactly the same system, but you just had your sword out. You would just have the sword as the weapon. And it would just do the basic 1, 2, 3 combo and a heavy attack. Yeah, it was basically a 1, 2, 3 attack and then heavy attack, and that was it. That was all that was in the game. Yeah. But it was that you could actually get the sword out as your main weapon. That was all it was supposed to be. And then they put a little bit of hype towards it because they were like, "Oh, it's so cool! Look, you can just stand with your sword. Isn't that cool? That's cool."
they showed it off once.
Yeah, once, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the entire forums just went absolutely wild
with the concept. Yeah, when literally they were just, but they were hyped because they were like, "Isn't it cool seeing a Warframe?" Because it's the first time you got to do it, standing with just the melee weapon equipped. Yeah. You're standing with your sword, because up to that point you would melee, and as soon as you finished meleeing, your gun would be out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So it was kind of like, oh, it's cool. Look, we can stand with like our big sword. That looks so cool. And it was just literally, you just had the sword out. It didn't disappear again. That was all it was. And then we got a whole melee system from it. So it's not that DE hyped it, it's that people hyped it. The Ghoul Sword, because and people go, oh, it's taken 4 years to come out. That means it's had 4 years of development. No, it hasn't. It probably had 1 month of development, and that was split over 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. As for the other bit, okay, I will give you on the travel thing. I would like to see that tweaked/extended, because they did kind of give the vibe that you could travel on this. It literally is, right. So for your benefit, you do the combo, which I think is forward, guard, and attack, and your character puts down the Ghoul Sword, and it's a fixed length that you travel, and then it does a heavy slam, but you can easily combo into the next one.
I will give you, right, if you don't have a K drive, but you have like the K drive launcher, it will go into your Ghoul Saw.
I would love that, yeah, if you could just use it as a K drive as well.
But don't fuck with the whole combo system. Like, oh no, if you hold it for long enough, it will just keep going until you let go. Like, no, don't, please, for love of God.
No, it does feel a little too short. I would love that. What it would have been perfect for me is that if you tap it, if you just tap the command, you stay on it for, let's say, 1.5 seconds, but I can hold it up to 3 seconds if I hold the buttons down. There's a little bit of leeway in that.
It's still capped, yeah?
It's still capped, but I would have a bit more control on it. So if I wanted to stay on a bit longer, I could push it a little bit more. That, just a bit more. I'm not talking...
Can you alter it with...
I don't know if like mods, speed or range affects that at all. I don't think it does. Okay. But I mean, if it does, please let us know. But anyway, moving on to Zrugal. I'll tell you about a bug/feature that I thought was dumb. If you sprint towards a hacking console and you activate it before your momentum runs out, your own momentum will pull you off the console and the hack will auto-fail.
Wow.
I've never tested that, but that sounds fun, yeah.
Yeah.
And lastly, Tony Covenan. Today was my first day with the Ghoul Saw. I tried it and didn't have a good time. I don't want to use it again. I found the damage to be fine, but the combos felt awful. Most of the combos are really hard to hit enemies with. I honestly struggle to hit enemies with it because it's ridiculously short range and really narrow hit angle. And yeah, it felt painfully slow, but I'll give it credit for badass finisher attack. I would agree, right? I don't think it's a good weapon for fighting anything. I enjoyed it when there's 2 times in this footage. I don't know if we'll get to the second time I use it, where I just fought infested with it. It's fun as hell to fight infested with it because they just keep charging at you and they're always next to you. So yeah, it's probably not very good for Corpus, whatever. But I enjoyed it, and you can speed it up. It's just yeah. Right. Was I to finish? Pelvic slow, but give it credit for a badass finisher attack. Yeah, the finisher attack's pretty cool. But there's other things I love about it. I love that you can just hold forward and keep tapping. Your character will hold it up and just keep revving it. So I can just run up to things, kill that, rev up to things, kill that. It just... I loved it. Right, anyway, that's it for the community.
Cool, let's move on to the memes.
Memes. Memes. Okay, so let us move on to the memes. I can't remember what I called this. Was it meme frame review? Is that what I used to call it?
Yeah, ages ago. There was also clapping involved at one point.
Well, that's because PewDiePie used to do it. Anyway, moving on to that. So all these memes are from the r/meme frame subreddit. I like to shout it out every time because I do not make any of these memes, and there'll be links in the description to all these memes. Go check out these people who have made some lovely memes. If you're ever bored, go to the r/meme frame subreddit, and there's new stuff there. Almost hourly, but easily every day. And there's also the secret meme, which is normally a video. Did I find a video this time? What was my video this time? Oh! The guy who draws the Chibi Frost. We had him on, didn't we?
Yeah, more.
It's not Mushkin.
No, we haven't had Mushkin on.
Oh, okay. Well, it's for Mushkit. It's a little animated one of his things. Anyway, let us move on to the memes for this week. So meme number 1. Choose wisely, Tenno. You always hate people that extract after 5, don't you?
I really do.
Yep, this is the meme for you, Xeno.
Cool.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Good. Right. It fits perfectly. It's amazing.
It does.
Right,
yeah.
let me have. Sorry, I need to put that on a different window so I can click that. Right, there we go. Meme number 2. Ah, okay, it's a bit small.
What the fuck?
So what this says is, "Oh no!" And if you've only logged into Warframe recently, because they've changed some of their community something, so it says, "Welcome back. We have been trying to reach you about your Warframe's extended warranty." Confirm.
Wow.
There's just a little bit of edit going in there.
I think someone needed to user experience check that.
Ah.
Quality assure it.
Okay, moving on to meme number 3. Just grinding credits. Warframe player committing genocide for a few credits be like, "I'm just building the economy." Do you know what this is from?
It looks like a Dr. Seuss film.
Well done. It's the oh god, no, I've forgotten it. Oh, it's the one that's about nature and the orange. Not Snorlax.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about. Huh?
What is it?
It's not Snorlax, but it sounds similar.
It does, doesn't it? So basically, this is the character who's like, promoting the importance of industry and things when they're just killing all the trees to make these jumpers or something, and it's like, yeah, I'm just building the economy.
Lorax? There we go. No.
Oh, Lorax.
That was it.
There we go. We got there. I'm sure people angrily writing comments at us. Right, meme number 4. It do be like that. My teammates. How are you not dead? Me learning a new Warframe. I have no idea.
Oh, I really liked this scene until he started flossing. I'm like, no, it made me die inside.
I get you, because it's like, this actually wasn't that bad of a film for a Sonic film, and that really dates it. Because if you like, flossing, right, that's like, try and be timeless, because you could have been timeless. Anyway, moving on. Here's for me, meme number 5. Reject efficiency, steal path, and content creators. Embrace ghouls, gore, and glory. Community. No, this weapon can't shred steel path. Bad. Me, happy ghoul noises. This is me. I love it. It's good fun. Let's try it out. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't shred steel path. Could you imagine if it was just the most optimal thing for steel path, and it's just like, oh god. Yeah, we've only just made it that steel path isn't focused on melee weapons, and you should use ranged weapons. Oh, here's a melee weapon which completely transfers steel path. You're stupid.
Yeah.
And finally, meme number 6. Cries in no Arcwing segment. Wow, how did you get like that? Every time I fall off my K drive, I do 1 push-up. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, you've laughed so hard you've broken your audio.
Oh, really?
Oh, you're back. There we go.
Oh, I love that. That's every time I fell off my head drop, I did 1 push-up.
Yep, and I fell off a hell of a lot. Right, that is it for the memes. Let me remind you, there is a secret meme in the description of the video, and these are all from the r/memeframe subreddit. Do check out the lovely people in there and all the hard work they do making their memes. Right, let us move on now. I'll put the memes off. And we move along to the community shoutouts of the week, where Xeno has gone and found some amazing pieces of art, probably on Twitter, from lovely Warframe content creators. So let's
always
start out.
On Twitter.
Yep, we shout out number 1.
So Nidus Prime sketch by Mura Casadis.
The main idea will be used for a future, more elaborate piece. Wow.
Yep.
I tell you, I'd buy that comic.
I'd buy that poster.
Yeah. Well, the reason I say comic is that I can just feel this being at like the mid-climax of a multi-run series, and you just know stuff's going down. You can just tell by this image. Right?
Nidus is there to fuck some shit up.
Definitely.
Right. The second community shout out is It's Coming by Debbie Sheen.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'd watch that anime.
Yeah. Ain't wrong there. Right. The third community shout out is Chibi Sentient Lotus by Dasta Creations.
Oh.
I fell in love with this.
AKA Mom True Form or Mom Battlesuit version 1.
Yep.
The chibiness is amazing.
Yep.
The chibiness is strong with this one.
Yep. Too cute.
Yep.
The fourth community shout out is Neja by Neji210.
More chibi. Good.
Yep. This felt very Invader Zim to me. Like in the sort of body proportions.
The boots.
The boots, the hands, the size of the head, the arms. Like it's, you know, it's not exactly the same, but yeah,
Is
still
it watercolors?
really
Or just probably fake watercolors?
No, I think it might be some texture on the digital brush.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on now.
Yes, well, everything can be made, and then when we can make anything, we just prove we're in a video game.
Yep. The fifth community shout out is Daughter by Kuiko.
Ah, that's a good one. We've got Knights and Abras coming soon. I completely missed that last year, so I'm actually have to give it a go this year.
Have you not heard the hand majigger?
No, I've not.
You should hear the hand majigger.
I plan to get it, and again, like you were about to do with Plague Star. I was like, I've got ages. Yeah. I've got ages, and then it was just gone.
Oopsies. And then
lovely art, by the way.
Number 6 is The Anatomy of Sevagoth by Mushkin.
A stand. Oh, fucking JoJo reference. So it says thick scarf. It should have said warm thick scarf or something. Spiked knees must be uncomfortable to sit on those. Strong arms. Give the warmest hugs. Biggest beak in the Origin system. Oh no. That beak. I remember. Was it a meme? Do you remember the meme from last week?
Oh, what where the mouth was.
Where is the mouth on this? Oh no.
Yeah.
Yep. Still lovely, lovely piece of art.
Cool. Right. So that's it for the community shout outs. And that's you're gonna tell there we go. And yeah, there we go. We are at the end of the show. We're at that point in time where we thank everyone for listening. You know, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get better at that because we need to do it for Campicast. Latest Campicast will be in the description below. I don't know if I added it for the last one. Hopefully, Loz will return with his glorious face.
Oh yes, yes. Oh yes, of course, yes. Well, no, I'll use the plain face. Plain face.
And just to add, it's a Thursday night. It's midweek. I'm going to visit family. I asked Loz nicely if we could do it midweek, and he nicely said yes. And it's gone midnight, and I want to say thank you because I really appreciate doing it on a Thursday, so I don't have to do it while I'm in Wales.
Oh no, it's fine. Thursday's fine. We used to do it. We used to do it on Thursdays, didn't we? Used to do it. Yes, couldn't have done it yesterday. That would have been hard. But today's fine.
Yeah, but you know, it's gone midnight. So anyway, thank you very much.
Oh well, yeah. Yesterday I was staying up till like 4 a.m. trying to get a bloody item on bloody Pharmacy Brave Expert before it went into maintenance mode.
And with that, goodbye.
On mine, you've completely bugged out, but we'll just end it there, everyone. So goodbye, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.